Thank you, everybody, and you've reached it, the halfway mark, consolidation week. So we've been very impressed as ELAs with assignment number 1. I think you've done really well. One thing I would probably say to remember is to always define your theory nice and succinctly somewhere towards the beginning. So ask some of those key questions that were posted in weeks 1 and 2. You know, who are the actors? How is security defined? Is this theory critiquing another theory? How does it say you achieve security? A few of those key questions, and that will get you those type of answers, and also it will really help you in applying theory to a case study. So that's my main recommendation. Post-structuralism tends to never be very popular, which I think the absolute silence on the discussion post probably confirmed that, though I'm sure partly you have all submitted assignment 1 and you're probably breathing a sigh of relief. So what I would say is that it's not completely disassociated from social constructivism. You could, for example, take an approach that incorporates both. So when you're looking at, is our reality socially constructed, for example, you might look at something like securitization, the way politicians might get an issue like immigration onto the security agenda, and it might be considered debatable, is this really a security issue or is it a little bit trumped up? Then when you move into something like post-structuralism, you're looking at narrative and discourse, and often narrative and discourse is a way in which this securitization happens. However, if you're taking a post-structuralist approach, you're really limiting it. It gives you those boundaries around the narrative and the discourse, whereas with social constructivism, it's a lot broader. You might also look at concepts of, how politicians in that process use a concept like identity. What does it mean to be Australian? What's Australianness? In this, and often nationalism is used to turn something into a security issue. So that's just an example. Consolidation week, basically your ELAs aren't around. As unit coordinator, I'm around for emergencies, but that's really quite rare because your student advisors would normally help with any IT type issues or any enrollment type emergency, so it's hard to imagine what might come up. However, like I said, I'm on email if you need me on the email, but for anything that's ELA related or that sort of unit content related, then it'll be dealt with after consolidation week. So much appreciated your hard work, everybody. There is a recording posted for assignment 2 as well. There was a collaborate we had early. Obviously a little bit too early for a lot of people to be thinking about. However, you have to think about it fairly soon after consolidation week. So we did have a preference to doing it before and not after consolidation week in case anyone wants to work on it. But, I get that a lot of people didn't make it, but please listen to the collaborate. There's some great slides on there as well. And, some really great tips for writing your next essay. And marks should be released at the beginning of consolidation week for assignment 1. Bye. Have a good consolidation week. I hope you will get a little bit of a break or have one less thing to juggle.